Hi Sagittarius, welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot Readings. Let me get myself comfortable. Oh, there we go. Tarot readings from the heart. Hope that you guys are all really well. So today is your 2016 life spread reading. So this reading is quite good. I really like doing these readings because they're so interesting. What the life spread does is it focuses on 5 key areas of your life in 2016. And I'll tell you how I do these readings. I use 2 decks of cards. The first one is my, because I work from a limited space in the bedroom at the moment. Downstairs is all taken up with the fam bam. They're on games, they're working, and I can't hear myself speak. So I need a really lovely, quiet space. And it's my bedroom. I'm working at the desk. So I decided to get a couple of packs of very small cards. Here on my miniature Rider-Waite deck. This is just the miniature Rider-Waite, and I'll use this as the cards for your 5 key areas. What I do is I shuffle these cards, split the deck into 3, and then for each area, so we look at your personal situation, we look at your home life, your career, your love life, and your future. For all of those 5 areas, we do cards in groups of 4. So the areas are looked at in groups of 4. Okay, so at the top of each area is what's known as a key card, and that shows an influence that potentially you're feeling now, or it will be an influence that you're going to be feeling in the future. Okay, so that'll be your key card at the top of each of those areas: your personal, your home, your career, your love, and your future life. Okay, underneath each key card is 3 cards. Now, those 3 cards for each of those areas represents past, present, future events. If it's something that you've not experienced in your past, then it might be something that you're experiencing in your future, in your present. So therefore, card 2 would be present, card 3 would be probably be present, and card 4 would be future. Or it could be card 2 is present, card 3 is future, and card 4 is future. It's always a progression. Or it could simply be, if you're not experiencing any of those things currently, then it could be that the influence is a future influence that's coming in, along with card 2, 3, and 4, which are all future. But it's always got to be past, present, and future. It doesn't necessarily have to be the past. It could simply be something that you're experiencing in the present. Or if it's not in the present, it's going to be future. I hope that makes sense for all areas. From those, after I've distributed the actual live spread, what I do then is I pick an extra card which signifies information. This is a really important card. The final card is here from this deck because it's an important message that you need to know from the universe. It's information that you need to be aware of in 2016 relating to your life spread. The second deck of cards I use, Sagittarius, is the Universal Waite Pocket Tarot deck. And what I do is I simply take the major arcanas, so the trump cards from that deck, shuffle those, split them into 3, and then I gather the cards back up and take 7 cards from the top. Now, these are called anchor cards to the right, and what those anchor cards do is, for each card, they represent a certain area in your life. So we start off with card 1, basis, foundation. That will tell me potentially how some of you guys are feeling at the moment. That card will also represent the anchor card for your present situation. So if there's a situation going on in your present situation, in your present life, that anchor card number 1 will show how it will play out. So the outcome, the solution to the problem, either give you a solution or how something's going to play out. Card number 2 will be in reference to your love life. So again, it's the anchor card. It shows how a situation will resolve itself, or potentially the advice it's giving to you. Card 3 is career. That will relate to your career section. Also, along with card 3 is, we use card 2, which is in the love section, but the card 3, which is career, and card 2, which is love, will show potentially how things are playing out at the moment in terms of your career. And we also look at card 5, which is your immediate future, and card 6, which is in your wishes in the anchor, and that will show the future events and how things will unravel. Okay. We also look at card 4, which is your central theme, which really kind of governs everything and potentially shows how you'll react to certain areas in your life, in the life spread. And finally, card 7, which is the overall future card, which shows where things are heading for you in terms of your life spread. I hope that makes sense to all of you. That is the quickest that I've ever explained that bloody life spread. Okay, so now we're going to shuffle the cards and you'll see what I mean. One moment. There we go. If I take brief sips of my tea, it's because my throat's dry and I really need to drink, so please pardon me. I'm going to shuffle the first set of cards. Universe Spirit, show me Sagittarius, 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 Sun, Moon and Zodiac, Sun, Moon and Rising Sign. Show me Sagittarius, those born under the Zodiac sign of Sagittarius, in this live spread reading for 2016. So it's Sagittarius, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon and Rising Signs. Sagittarius, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon and Rising Signs. Sagittarius, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon and Rising Signs. I need you to show me 5 key areas of their life in 2016, starting off with the personal situation. Looking at their key card, so influences that they're experiencing or influences that will be coming in. Card number 2, which could be the past or present. Card number 3, which could be present or future. And card number 4, which will be the future. Show me these areas, please, for their present situation, home life, career, love life, and future in 2016, and also give me the information stroke advice card for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon and Rising Signs. I'll say it once more. I need information, please, Universe Spirit, for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon and Rising Signs on their personal situation, key card, cards 2, 3 and 4, which represent past, present, future, or present, present, future, or present, future, future, or future, future, future. And the same thing goes for their home life, career, love, and also future. And please show me the information and advice, the thing that you need for Sagittarians to know in the year of 2016 concerning these 5 areas. Right, I've shuffled the cards, guys, and I'm going to split the deck into 3. Gather the cards back up. What we're going to do now is we're going to put down present situation, so your personal situation at the moment. Doesn't necessarily have to be at the moment, because you have the key card and then the 3 cards to represent what's gone on in the past, what's going on in the present and future, or it could simply be present, present, future, or future, future, future. Same thing for home life, putting down 4 cards. Career, 4 cards. Love life, 4 cards. Future, 4 cards. And the advice card. Okay, that's the first set done. Universe Spirit, please show me the 7 anchor cards that represent these 5 key areas in Sagittarius, Sun, Moon and Rising Signs life. The card, show me the card number 1, basis foundation. So what some of the Sagittarians, Sun, Moon and Rising Signs might be experiencing right now, or feeling right now, and how this relates to the present situation. Please show me love, number 2, the anchor card for the love situation. Show me career, anchor card number 3, which relates to the career situation. Show me number 4, the central theme, how Sagittarians, Sun, Moon and Rising Signs might react to situations. Show me card 5, the immediate future, which relates to the future cards. Show me number 6, wishes, how Sagittarians might be wishing or hoping for their year to turn out in relation to their key areas. Finally, show me number 7, which is the overall future card, which shows the way that things are heading for Sagittarians, Sun, Moon and Rising Signs in 2016. Show me. Okay, let's split the deck. Gather them back up. And we're going to put down the cards now. So put down basis foundation. This is potentially how you're feeling or what you're experiencing at the moment. Number 2 is love. Number 3 is career. Number 4 is central theme. Number 5 is the immediate future. Number 6 is wishes. Number 7 is the future overall. Let's turn the cards over. Let me just get a quick sip of tea. Okay. Right, let's see how this plays out for you guys. It's interesting. That's an interesting one, isn't it? Let's have a look at your home. Career. Let's have a look at love. Come on. What's going on with your card, Sagittarius? What the hell? Okay. Okay, that's not too bad there. Oh, it's not bad. Okay. Okay. It's good. It's good. Right, let's have a look at your anchor cards. Okay. I think I'm going to need a lot to get through this bloody reading, Sagittarius. It's kind of screwy. How you feel at the moment is the Strength card. This card could see some of you guys feeling that you need to be strong around the situation, feeling that maybe you need some form of support. I often see the Strength card as support, assistance. I see it as a card of willpower, determination, force of will, courage, bravery, wanting to move past a fear. I do feel that you guys are needing support, potentially some of you guys currently. It could even be with the Strength cards sometimes that you've put your hand in the mouth of a lion and you kind of got bitten, or you maybe trusted too much, someone too much. That's what I'm getting from this Strength card, because with the tarot sometimes it's important not to just go by what these standard meanings are, but you know, sometimes you'll look at a card and suddenly it'll just be that flash of inspiration, like, oh, that looks like that woman's putting her hands in a lion's mouth, like she's thinking she can trust someone, but it ain't so. If you look at that, for some reason that card just popped up to me. What I focused on, what my eye focused on, was the lion's mouth, and it just looked like she was putting her mouth, her hand in a mouth that looked like it was about to yam it off. If that makes any sense to you. So I'm trying to do some Jamaican type thing, but it's not working out. Anyway, let's get serious again, Sagittarius. So sometimes with the Strength card, this can come across to me that maybe you've been overly trusting, or somebody is overly trusting, and I sometimes feel that you've got to look at especially when they're major arcana, trump cards in conjunction with pip cards or lower level cards. You've got to look at everything in one and what it's saying to you, and really kind of use your intuition to guide you, navigate you around a reading. some of you guys, it could be that you've been too trusting, I feel, in the present situation with you guys. And for some of you guys, you're really needing to build some resolve and some strength up. The strength to fight something. I feel it might be more in your personal life, the strength to overcome some form of a fear that you've got going on with yourself. We do have in your personal life at the moment, personal situation, the key card being the Page of Cups. And I feel that this is the assistance that's coming in for some of you guys. The Page of Cups is often the card of friendship, but somebody who's taking tentative steps to offer something. It's usually messages, sweet messages, naive messages that come in. And I feel that, you know, the Page of Cups can sometimes represent a child, a very idealistic, very creative, very sweet-natured child. A lot of the time is the Page of Cups, but I feel that that's kind of representative of relationships. So sometimes when you see the Page of Cups in terms of a relationship, in terms of one partner contacting the other, or somebody, it can sometimes represent a relationship that hasn't grown, or a relationship that's kind of a little bit childish, or somebody's being really kind of childish with how they're communicating in a way. But I do see in terms of your personal life, this Page of Cups being maybe the offer of friendship or the offer of help from someone. And I feel that this is going to be an influence coming in. We do see the Queen of Pentacles first up. This could be you guys. I feel that if it's anything to do with your life, your love life, then this is you guys in the past. Okay, Queen of Pentacles can be an external figure in your personal life, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn individual. But this, remember, it doesn't always have to sit with the zodiac sign it's under. It can simply be a facet of who you are. Sometimes this Queen of Pentacles represents a single mum, okay? Represents someone who is having to do everything on her own. She's the breadwinner. She's the, you know, she looks after her home. I just get a sense that for some of you guys, there is an over kind of arching sense of responsibility, or maybe feeling a sense of overwhelmment with this. And maybe this is why you need support. This can even be your child, maybe the Page of Cups that you are heavily centered on at the moment with that Queen of Pentacles. I do feel that with the Strength card showing us the Anchor card and how things will be resolved, this is a case of maybe some of you guys are feeling slightly overwhelmed in terms of your lives at the moment, in terms of the, as I've said, the responsibilities that you've got. Some things might be a little bit of a struggle. Maybe there's some support coming in with this Page of Cups showing us an influence that's coming in, or that might already be around you. And maybe for some of you guys, it's a case of that you don't trust enough. And maybe the Strength card is saying that the resolution to whatever is going on here in your personal life is to trust with that Lion. Maybe this Page of Cups is someone that you, if he's presently in your life, that you don't trust. Okay. Could be somebody that's younger than you as well. In the present stroke future situation, we do have the Ten of Swords. So if it's in the present, you already know about this. Maybe some of you guys have had a betrayal happen. Maybe you have been stabbed in the back, you've been cheated on, or, you know, you've simply been, someone has not been honest with you, potentially. If this Page of Cups is in the present too, and you know of this person, maybe it's this person that's done it, the Page of Cups. And maybe the future resolution is learning how to trust again with this Strength card. Okay. This can also be if it's a case of that you've got, you know, you're the one that's carrying all of the burden in terms of your personal life, maybe around a child or something like that. And that Ten of Swords is showing real kind of victim mode, real kind of like being backed up in a corner, not being able to move forward in the way that you want to move forward. Then again, the Strength card is saying patience, willpower and determination are going to get you through. The final card, the future card, does show the Eight of Swords here in your personal life. Again, it's the victim mode. It's not knowing which way to turn. It's not knowing how to move out of a situation. You're bound to it. You're tied to it. You don't feel that you have any autonomy. But this Eight of Swords is sometimes a prison all of your own making. And the Strength card really says in the resolution area, and the anchor card, you need to have faith. You do need to have faith. So maybe you guys are experiencing within your personal life a lack of trust, or maybe you have been hurt. Especially if the Queen of Pentacles and that Ten of Swords is in the are both in the past position here. So it could be that both of these have been in the past, and maybe or the past present, and maybe that Eight of Swords in the future says that you're finding it difficult to forget something, or to overcome something, or to even forgive something, maybe. And I feel that the Strength card as the anchor card is saying that you need to learn to trust again, because I do feel in your personal life, Sagittarius, there is a lack of trust around a situation here. Okay, this Page of Cups could be new love being offered to you, but you are kind of refusing to trust it with the Eight of Swords. You're refusing to kind of release yourself from a situation that made you distrustful, because if you look at the Eight of Swords, this woman is distrustful. She's too frightened to let go of her chains. So she'd rather stay chained up. She'd rather stay in one mode of thinking. And some of you guys in a future position are staying there because you're too afraid to trust someone or trust something here. And this is saying that you're going to have to learn to trust going forward, okay? If you're to have anything new in your life, or if you're to kind of release yourself from whatever blockages, mental blockages you have in your personal life going on, Sagittarius. The next section we look at is your home. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Knight of Swords shows up as the key card. This is really bravery, it's courage. But I often feel that if it's in, I mean, your home life is your home life, right? It could be that you have children, or you've got a little bully boy in the home, potentially. And I do feel that it is about motherhood, to be honest, with your home life. And I feel that it is about the responsibilities of motherhood. And I feel that this Knight of Swords might be a son, or it might be... the Knights are usually young men, though. So it might be a teenage son or something that kind of rules the roost in the home. This might even be you having to put your foot down somewhere along the line, because that Knight of Swords often puts its foot down, okay? But it's very aggressive in its behaviour, Sagittarius. So I feel that an influence now, or an influence coming in, is whereby you're needing to literally kind of show who's boss. I really feel that this card is saying that it's showing who's boss. It's showing who's in charge within the home. Okay. We do have in the past, stroke present, the Ten of Cups. So it's not all bad at all. Okay. This could even be with the Knight of Swords moving ahead with things like home renovations, that type of thing. But we do have a pretty abundant card. So everything looks good, Sagittarius, for you on the home front. I don't see anything bad with this Ten of Cups card. Or it could even mean within the home, maybe you've reached the end of a cycle with something. I don't mean that you're moving on from it. What I mean is that maybe you need some rejuvenation of the home. Maybe you're looking to redecorate, or you're looking to do some home repairs. I know it's quite mundane, really, isn't it, that? But, you know, this is what these cards are. Sometimes you just need like a fresh look on things, a fresh lick of paint, that type of thing. But I do feel that this Ten of Cups is kind of, for some of you guys, it could be that you're looking to settle down as well, in terms of your home life, because the Ten of Cups can sometimes be the commitment card, the settling down card. That Knight of Swords, for some of you guys, might be somebody who's trying to rattle the apple cart, if that makes sense, or trying to kind of cause some friction within the home. It could either be you guys who need to take a stance, put your foot down with something in the home, create some harmony, because we do have harmony within that Ten of Cups there, which is interesting. But this is why I'm saying it's interesting the way that the cards fall, because in the present situation, stroke future, we have a little devil. Okay, so this can be temptation. This can, yeah, the devil often represents temptation. It certainly doesn't represent kind of stability, and it doesn't represent harmony as such, but it means giving into our darker side, to our temptations, to our wants rather than our needs, to things that are outside of what is truth or what is honesty a lot of the time with that devil card. The devil card can also represent maybe a little git in the home. Do you know what I mean? Whenever I see that devil card, it represents a troublemaker. So maybe this Knight of Swords and that devil card are in league. Maybe they're one and the same person that you're needing to put your foot down amongst with that person. To me, the Empress card in the outcome position, the future position, says it all, really. This is motherhood. This is taking control. This is feeling comfortable in your setting. This is feeling... this is nurturing things. There's definitely a lot of nurturing. So maybe a lot of pregnancy for you guys as well. But it's interesting that we have this Knight of Swords showing us the key card in your home life. It really is. And also the Devil card within the home. So maybe this is a lot of responsibility here going on, maybe with that Devil card. I always see the Devil card as being weighty, responsibility, controlling. Maybe there's a controlling person. I'm seeing a controlling person with two cards, Knight of Swords and that Devil card. They can both be controlling individuals. All right. So maybe they're the same type of character within the home. Or maybe you're having to put your foot down over a controlling individual. Maybe you're needing to show who's boss with the Empress card. Okay. And it's funny because what we have here, we don't have necessarily have an anchor card that represents the home, but we do have the central theme of the reading, which shows how you handle situations. And it's the Empress, the same as that Empress card on the end there. So there's a message there for you. I get the feeling that it's showing who's boss within the home, Sagittarius. It's almost like the lunatics don't run the asylum. They don't run things. You run things within the home. The Knight of Swords can be many things. If this is a little bully boy within the home or someone who's causing some friction or some trouble, then I feel that this is the same as the Devil card. And maybe it's difficult to control this person, but maybe you're taking control with the Empress card. Okay? Because this is your domain. This is your home. This is what you've created. Ten of Cups in the past stroke present does show a happy home, though. It shows abundance, but it also shows the end of cycles as well. So maybe something needs to change within the home, potentially. Maybe your focus is on beautiful things for the home as well. Okay, because the Devil card can be about materialism and the Empress is often about beauty. So maybe you guys are kind of charging ahead with plans this year in how to improve the environment that you live in. And the Empress card shows that as well. Lots of ideas coming through for you, Sagittarians. So it's not always a bad thing, to be honest. Lots of ideas, lots of nurturing ideas, lots of trying to build stuff up, create things. I feel that a lot of you guys are going to be very highly creative within your home. Maybe you're working hard for the things that you want. Maybe this is where the responsibility with the Devil comes in and also that Knight of Swords. Maybe this is you guys going for change within your home life, potentially as well. But with the Empress, I'm pretty sure within your home life, a few of you are probably going to be getting pregnant because it's a very strong message with the Empress card. And also, I just feel that you're going to be entering a really creative phase amongst your home. Beauty and how things look potentially to the outer world. Maybe for some of you guys, you're looking to create an outer image to the world in terms of your home life. Okay, so maybe you'll just go that extra mile for that within your home life this year. I believe that you're really centered on creating a beautiful home life, and that's through not only the people that are in the home, but also the things that you have in the home, the possessions, the wallpaper, the paints, the carpet, the flooring, all of that type of stuff. I feel it's going to be really important to you this year. in your career, we have the Star as the influence that's coming in, or the influence that you're feeling at the moment. It's an interesting one, really, because, one moment, I'm just going to try and get these cards back into some sort of order. It's an interesting one for you, Sagittarius, because the Star card can literally be a card about being the star, so standing out from the rest potentially in terms of your career. But it can also be a card as an influence that's coming in that, you know, there is hope on the horizon. And I feel that you're going to need it, to be honest with you. Because we do have, in the past stroke present, it's funny how these cards are kind of laid, but I think I know where it's going. Past stroke present, we have the Six of Swords. Now, never be mistaken, guys, with this Six of Swords, because it doesn't always mean that you're home and dry with the situation. These two people in the boat are still the conflict that remains. You're trying to move past them. You're trying to get the conflict out of the boat, okay, because they're blocking the view of those Six Swords. Can you see that? They're still blocking it. Okay, so you're still carrying a heavy weight in the boat, and you need it out of the boat. So you're still going through something, it looks like. Past stroke present within your job, okay, within your career. And we see this with the conflict. So some of you guys can literally be enduring some uncomfortable situations in the past stroke present or in the future. There's no way, two other ways to explain this Five of Swords, really, except for conflicting behaviour. So feeling powerlessness sometimes, or feeling that somebody's got the upper hand, or feeling that you don't have enough control of a situation. Okay, and maybe these people on the Five of Swords, or this particular person on the Five of Swords, is the people in the boat. Okay, but there is definitely, I feel here, as I say, we can't go back on the readings, we can only progress and go forward. I do feel that there, past, present, there is an issue here within the workplace, okay, some conflict that's difficult to kind of maneuver your way around or get out of, or even moving people out of the way. All right, there's conflict potentially with work mates within the work environment. We also have as the final card in work, Death. So there is change. I feel that there will be many endings in terms of your work. Okay, there's going to be some transformation here. It doesn't necessarily have to mean the change of a job. It just means that maybe you move to another department, or maybe you speak with a manager and they're able to smooth things over. But there is definitely some friction for some of you guys in terms of work. But the future is good, because it's showing that there's going to be an ending to this friction, whether you move on and go to another job, or whether you seek some advice within the job about whoever it is that's creating problems for you. There is going to be an ending to this one way or the other. The card that represents this is the Hermit. The Hermit is a card of thinking. It's a card of reflection. It's a card of seeking advice, or seeking some form of clarity on a situation. So I do see, especially with that Six of Swords, you're trying to move through something here. You're trying to find the way forward, and that would really be quite reflective of the Hermit. And this is the way that the situation is going. So maybe you're seeking advice from someone, okay? This is the resolution. It's almost telling you to seek help, okay? Which leads to a transformation with the Death card. And also the Star card, you're being divinely led, you're being divinely guided, you're being protected within this environment. You're not going to be out of pocket, you're going to be fine in terms of work, okay? But you need resolution, so you need to seek advice, or you need to seek some form of help. You need to find the answers, which lead to a transformation, okay? And which also says that as an influence that's coming in, you are being protected by the universe, I'm pretty sure, with this card. We also look at the Lovers card. So the Hermit, you're seeking answers, okay? You need to make a choice on this job, on this career with the Lovers, which is going on sort of now or shortly in the future. The resolution to this is, or the, you know, the future position is the Emperor. So these are reaching making logical decisions. So the Lovers says that you need to make a head or a heart decision in terms of your career. And the Emperor says that you need to make it from the head, because that's where he always comes from. And the Tower shows up last as to where this situation is heading in your career. So it could literally be something that has been kind of sat on for a while. There has been the energy maybe of aggressive or passive aggressive behavior or something like that in your work environment. It all kind of blows up. Can you see that, the Tower card? It's where something's come to a head. Okay, something needs to come to a head in order to affect change with death. Okay, within this situation here. Okay, so it might be something that it's funny how we have death and the Tower. Two major arcana cards, one in your reading here for career and one as the resolution, as the advice as to where the situation is heading. You know, I feel that this card is really saying, as a result of your own hands, this happens, the Tower. You're the one that kind of forces change. This is what I'm seeing. I feel that you force change within your career and you get it, and it's going to be for the best. It really is. Might not be comfortable at the time when it happens in terms of your career, but I feel that this is something that you are forcing through with that Tower card. You need to affect change in terms of your career. You're going to get it, and that's because you're working probably with for some of you guys, with some toxic individuals. So you need to affect some form of a change, and the universe brings it to you. In terms of your love life, it's really beautiful, actually. It's interesting, and I feel that this is past, present and future, or past stroke present, future, but it's very, very good indeed. I'm really happy to say, Sagittarius, for your love life. We do have the Three of Cups. Lots of celebration going on there in terms of your love and relationships, lots of friends, communication, celebration. I also feel for some of you guys it could literally be engagement parties, marriages, that type of thing, because we do have kind of like your marriage engagement card sitting underneath here as well. We do know to get to this point though, Sagittarius, for some of you guys in the past, you lost out on something. There's a lot of regret going on there and happiness. So we do see, and it's funny how those Three Cups, so your joy went. Can you see? We've got Three of Cups there. So there was the loss of joy. Okay, and it could literally be for some of you guys, there might be some reuniting or a reunion, because the Three of Cups is often the card of reunions. So for some of you guys, it might literally be giving a relationship a second chance, because we do have in the past Three Cups that are knocked down. So this man is looking at what he's lost. He's looking at what he had before. He had a wonderful, happy relationship with someone, with those Three Cups, or with a group of friends, and it's no longer there and he's unhappy about it. But the connection is still there with that Two of Cups behind him. And we see in the present stroke future the Four of Wands. So there is happiness regained in terms of this. This could be a marriage, this could be an engagement party, but we do see a lot of happiness happening in terms of your love life in 2016. I feel that this will, be an engagement or a marriage for some of you guys, because we do have the influence presently on, and I do feel that it's an influence coming in that Three of Cups, party, celebration, engagement party, wedding party, that type of thing. So I do feel that there is real happiness coming in terms of your relationships. And we see in the future the World card. It's the epitome card. It's reaching the highest echelon in terms of your relationship. It's having the one that you want. It's having the person that you want. It's having that true love. It's having that person that completes you with the World card. So you've come through a really difficult cycle from that Five of Cups, but you've moved on to happier times, kind of making a commitment to someone potentially within that Four of Wands. And now with the World card could even be marriage, or it could simply be where, you've really found your soulmate. I feel, Sagittarius, in 2016. And I really do feel that you're going to be finding your soulmate, because we have the Lovers card. Lovers card is also a soulmate card. It's number 6. Okay. If you look at soulmate cards are often the Lovers. You can look at the Six of Cups as being a soulmate card, maybe Judgment even as being a soulmate twin flame card. All of these cards, Six of Cups also is a soulmate card. So I feel that you're going to be finding your soulmate. This is the anchor card, where things are heading. This is an intense love. There isn't any decisions to make on anything in this reading. Sometimes these Lovers card can represent having to make a decision on something, but it's not. I feel that this is, you've found the perfect person for you. You can both kind of survive independently. You don't need to be stuck at the hip, but you both have a mutual loving respect for one another. I feel it's going to be a very intense, wonderful relationship that this is going to be with you guys in 2016 and someone else. We have the as your future card coming up, the Four of Pentacles showing up as your key card for the future. Could be a stable job, security. I feel that there is definitely security coming in as an influence. Stable home environment, I feel, is coming in for you. I think this just smacks of security and stability overall. You've been through the mill in some parts of your life, your career, for example, even your personal life. But you're learning to trust again, I think. And I think as you go through 2016, Sagittarius, things just get even better with that Four of Pentacles. Things move up a notch. There's a lot of security coming in with that Four of Pentacles, not only financially, but in terms of where you live, in terms of what you have, that type of thing. There's material security there. Queen of Swords shows up here in the future. Usually this would be usually Queen of Swords could be somebody who's on her own. All right, she's usually an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But I feel that this card is really saying the decisions that you make are what you affect the changes that you need in life. This is what I'm feeling here with this card. Okay. I feel it's about letting down your barriers. And I feel that you guys are going to be letting down your barriers in 2016, because we see here the Three of Wands. Okay, in the future. Okay, so this is your shits coming in. This is stuff. I feel that you're asking for change, because if you look at the Queen of Swords, she beckons in terms of the future. Okay, she's asking for stuff, so it's almost like you ask and it's received. Don't know whether any of you guys believe in the law of attraction, Sagittarius, but it's almost like you've turned a corner and you said, you know what, screw this. 2015 may not have been a great year for me, but 2016 bloody well is going to be. And you find solutions or ways to make that happen. I really feel that you guys are kind of like, there's no shit with Sagittarius this year. I know sometimes you guys don't always get a great reading from me, but I find that you're kind of coming into your own in 2016 quite a bit, to be honest with you. This with the Queen of Swords as well could also be in terms of that Four of Pentacles, whereby you're doing a lot of the swords are often representative of law. They're representative of thinking, so working in the sciences, that type of thing they would be to do with. So maybe it's your career that really brings in this stability after all. Okay, for some of you guys. But the Three of Wands definitely shows ships coming in. For some of you guys, it could literally be a creative endeavor, potentially, because the wands are to do with creative work. So that literally could be to do with the security that you need. It could be to do with expanding on your horizons or expanding them, expanding your ideas, working with others as well, because we do see the Two of Cups, which is a negotiation card. So potentially for some of you guys, maybe you're looking to grow a business. Maybe the Queen of Swords is the one that's, you know, is you guys sending out that message for additional people to come in and work with you, for example. And the Three of Wands sees that expansion, and the Two of Cups could be the signing of contracts, for example. But I feel more than anything, some of you guys are going to be expanding on your family this year, because we do have the Empress as that central theme card. So it's all about nurturing, mothering, nesting. So yeah, I do see pregnancy somewhere along the line, but within this future reading here, I see things are really coming forward for you Sagittarians. And also Two of Cups, definitely love coming in for you. And we saw this in the in your love reading. There is definitely, I feel, love coming in for you. But you do I really feel that you're affecting the change this year. You're really kind of going out and you're kind of tearing the walls down yourself, if you like. Your information card is justice. So I feel the universe is really saying, with the justice card, it's one of those things where it says, whatever it is that you've put out, whatever seeds that you have planted, Sagittarius, this is what you will sow. So whatever it is that you put out into the universe, this is exactly what you get back. So there's no point in 2016 if things weren't great for you in 2015 and you know, things are just remaining the same because you're always doing the same thing, then there's no point in moaning, because what you get in terms of justice is what you've put out there. So if you don't do anything to change your situation, how can you expect to experience something different? You can't. So I feel with the justice card, it's saying you affect the change. You've got to bring the changes through, because whatever it is that you do in terms of whatever area of your life, in your personal life, the Eight of Swords, too afraid to move out, too afraid maybe to accept some help with that Page of Cups. But the Strength card is saying that you've got to accept it. You've got to learn to trust again, even if somebody has stabbed you in the back or treated you like a piece of shit. You've got to learn to trust again, or else how are you ever going to meet the person that's right for you, or meet good friends, or meet people that you can trust if you don't learn to trust with the Strength card? Okay. Your work situation does show some pretty volatile events or situations happening there, but it's you that again that affects the change through the Hermit card and the Lovers card and the Emperor card. You know, head or heart decision. Well, the Emperor says that you've got to put your foot down and go with your head. Okay, and the Tower card is very much a head and a heart thing as well. Okay, we start with the emotion that boils up to the head and it just bursts through. So you've got to be honest with yourself in terms of work, and you've got to affect change through the honesty, and the honesty comes through the Tower card. The Tower card always faces up to things that we suppress or that we try to put back or we try to ignore. It will smack you in the face with it if you won't pay attention. So something needs to change within your work life. Again, you need to affect those changes, or else the universe does it for you. It's justice. Okay. Justice for your love life, for me, it just seems that the universe is saying you've been through a tough time. For some of you Sagittarians, you're going to have something lovely coming, because it's justice. You deserve it. You deserve to have something wonderful happen for you, Sagittarius, in your love life, and we can see it. Beautiful, beautiful cards are showing up for your love life, really are. And future-wise, it's just beautiful, because again, you affect the change with the Queen of Swords. You affect it. You're the one that invites in the change. When you invite it in, you see your ships coming in. If it's a relationship, job, whatever it is. Two of Cups, new love, new contracts, new negotiations, which then with this influence show Four of Pentacles, real security going on there. And your overall card, we're seeing the Emperor card for the immediate future. There you go. There you guys are, the Emperor. Affecting change. But it's through your own logical means. It's through your own sense of reasoning. You're not being too emotional about stuff. You're really thinking about stuff, and you can see that with the Queen of Swords as well, and how she invites in difference and how she invites in change, because she thinks about it. She's a thinker. It's not to say she's not emotional, but she doesn't let emotions cloud her judgment. Neither does the Emperor. So it's taking a stance. It's being taking responsibility for your actions, and it's really kind of putting yourself into a place of strength rather than a place of weakness. And we see with the Hanged Man here as where things are heading. It's you guys looking at things from a different perspective, adjusting to a new way of life, a new way of living, okay? At first, it might seem uncomfortable, because for some of you guys, you might have been the type that, you know, stayed in victim mode, as we can see with the Ten of Swords potentially within your personal life. But this is saying you can no longer remain a victim. You have to accept the limitations of things that don't work out and look at ways for things to work out. And when you change the way that you look at things, the things that you look at start to change. So I see real adjustment, differences happening for you guys. Nothing is stuck. That Hanged Man is not a stuck card in this reading. It's just simply saying that things need to change. And no matter if you have to turn things on their head, it's important to affect the changes that you need in your life. Okay? Through you looking at things from a different way, from a different viewpoint, okay, everything in your life changes. Okay, everything sort of comes 360 degrees. Okay, So this guy has been turned, his life has been turned upside down, but he's learning to live with it. He's learning to adjust to a new way of living, a new way of seeing things. And I think that this is what these cards are saying. You're looking at things through fresh eyes now in 2016. And this is why your year is being so successful. Your wishes are for the Tower. So you are looking for some cataclysmic change. You're looking to be honest. You're looking to dispel anything that is not right, okay? You've waited too long for the change to come through. So if it won't come through, then you must make it. If you don't do it, then the universe sure as hell will, because it wants you to be the best. It wants you to be the best. So anything here in this reading that you are doing, Sagittarius, and you are expecting a different outcome, if you carry on doing the same thing you've always done, you'll always get what you always got. So really the Tower card is saying in your wishes, you're looking for something to just dispel itself, just to end. You're looking for absolute change. You want quick change as well. Okay, but this is something that you tear down off your own volition. And finally, the overall way that you'll handle situations in 2016 is with the Empress. Okay, you're sitting pretty there, guys. You're in control. Okay, you handle situations, I feel, with grace, or you try to. Okay, you're a nurturer. Okay, you want to succeed in life. You want to grow stuff. You want to grow your ideas. Okay, but then this is also a card of no pain, no gain. So you have to endure the hardships in order to get to the sweetness. And that's what the Empress, again, stands for me. That's your reading, Sagittarius, your life spread reading for 2016. I'd like to say thank you so much for joining me on this reading. And I will see you on your February 2016 general month ahead readings very soon. Take care, my darlings. Bye-bye.